Here's the dye that we used. It's by Jacquard. It's called iDye Poly. They also make iDye for cotton, but you could also use this in cotton. The iDye Poly comes with an intensifier, so you could add it to it, so it makes it better if you do it on polyester material. Here's our finished product after we've done it with the color magnet by Jacquard. You could see how the brown came out on where the yellow was, and it made the back a lighter color. This is the Volkswagen that we designed and turned it into an SVG cut and cut it out. And here's the fish that we did with the name Finn, because that's our grandson's name. Here's a new toy that I just bought. It's called an Accuquilt. And this is the dye for the Accuquilt. This is for rag quilts. I'll turn it over. And this is what it looks like. It's got all these blades all around here and all around. It's going to cut out my fabric. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and lay. You can cut up to 6 layers of fabric. I'm going to center my fabric in here. I cut these 9 inches so I'd have extra room, but they shrunk a little bit more. So these are going to be a little short, but I've got 5 layers, and here's my 6th layer. Then you put on the cutting mat, just like you would do a cuttle bug die, and then you place it through your cutter. Here's the Accuquilt Go. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to set my die inside of it. Start rolling it. It's going through it. Turn it upside down. And here are all my little squares, already fringed cut and ready for me to quilt. This is the material we saw at Joann Fabric, and we thought this would make a really nice quilt. It's made out of flannel, so this is why we did this. Okay, I've cut my material in 9-inch strips. And what you need is a healing mat. I've got a guide, and I've got my nice rotary cutter, and it cuts it nice and simple and fast. I had a leftover. I just folded that into 4. I could cut it in to make my 9-inch squares or my strips, but since it's just a little, I could go ahead and cut it from there. I folded it. I'm going to place it on my Go cutter with vinyl or flannel. It takes a little bit, it doesn't cut as much as it does cotton. You could do 3 layers. Okay, I'm going to lay my material that I had left over. Put my mat on. Place it in the cutter. Crank it. And here are my cuts.